Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aries, January 13, 2023. There can be some tendency for mental clamor and nervousness as you consider your longer-range plans today. Try to avoid overthinking and aim to connect with what you want to do so that you can factor your heart in as well. Certain topics don't do well if they're overanalyzed. As the day advances, your interactions are open, possibly even healing. You have unique sight into business, career, and future directions. You're especially appealing and attracting positive attention. Easy conversations and a spirit of openness figure strongly. Venus recently entered your solar house and will remain here for weeks. This will benefit your love life in many different ways. First, those already committed may feel that they are getting more public attention together, especially if you are making announcements about engagements or upcoming marriages. Second, if you are single and are looking to date, consider climbing the social ladder and going after someone with success, money, or power. They may smile on you and be intrigued about what you, too, have to offer. Don't hold back. Take a chance. Do you like where you are at in your career? Since Venus in Aquarius will square the North Node in your sign and the South Node in Scorpio, you may feel unsure of where to go from here with your professional commitments. Considering that the South Node is highlighting what you need to work on, it might be time to let go of your control issues. As a result, you may find that the Venus North Node square is easier to manage since you will feel more inclined to commit to your needs to move forward with your career. Still closely aligned with Venus, there is a growing sense of confidence as Mars reaches his last full day in retrograde motion in your income sector. With Venus already working to steer this new professional year in a lucrative direction, it is Mars' direct turn tomorrow that will give income potential and momentum the green light, setting free anything that has been held back. You appreciate the things in life that take time to create, largely because you are easily distracted. We appreciate that which we admire. By paying attention to what we admire, we can identify what we want to include in our lives that isn't naturally there. If you are not a natural athlete, for example, you might admire athleticism and thus strive to achieve it in your life. Whatever you focus on, you can achieve. Find your healthy passion and follow it. While the relationships that you normally form thrive in a one-on-one setting today, you may find that the relationships you are building are primarily occurring in group situations. This is the nature of this day. Many view you as dependable, someone that they know they can count on when the chips are down. This has a positive effect on many of your relationships. Your easygoing nature helps to relax those around you who are troubled, and your desire to always put other people first displays your caretaking abilities. With the moon due to return for its first visit to your work sector for the year just a few hours after Mars' direct turn in your income sector tomorrow, both the money and professional gods are calling for a wait-and-see approach. In his last full day in direct motion and still separating from a friendly aspect to Venus in your career sector, Mars brings a chance to spend one last day back at the drawing board. Making it easier to stay in the moment are today's playful and creative lunar vibes. The moon is not only making its first visit to your romantic sector for the year but with perfect timing. In the heart of the sun's last full week in an adventurous part of your chart but not due to form a friendly aspect until tomorrow, it is the two planets still in retrograde motion that the moon is connecting to today. In the middle of the working week, this is creating a mix of romance, adventure, and nostalgia. Our eyes in the sky. Mercury retrograde in Capricorn squares off with healing centaur Chiron in Aries this morning. When these two cosmic forces collide, we can expect to understand how much we personally need to change and evolve. We might even want to reach out to others and apologize for past mistakes, and others might want to make amends with us in an effort to heal hearts and spirits. If you feel misunderstood by others, don't respond aggressively, but take it easy. Despite your high level of commitment, you may experience some tension. Act calmly and put things off until the atmosphere improves and appears less difficult. Exercise is always beneficial for relieving tension and is the best thing you can do now. In your private life, you feel like you're walking through a minefield. One false move and there will be an explosion. This will really put you to the test. Don't let others blame you for everything, sometimes they are at fault too. Remember to be open for other points of view when it comes to solving problems. Reconciling both is a difficult, but not impossible task. Financial commitments can be problematic. The ideas you put forward during discussions aren't effective and others will want to patronize you. You could be confused by this and enter into loss-making investments. Trust your own instincts because you know which investments suit you best. It's always good to listen to advice, but you should always be critical before taking it. If things are problematic, don't be surprised if you get the odd headache or feel tired. It's possible concerns around recent events have left their mark on you. Work on building up your body's resilience and take plenty of exercise, get the sleep you need and try to eat especially healthy foods that are beneficial. Just after midnight, retrograde Mercury squares off with Chiron in Aries, the second of 3 squares the messenger planet will make to the Wounded Healer asteroid during its retrograde spin. Its first pass, which occurred on December 14th, stimulated communication conflicts born of differences in opinions. Low self-esteem and guilt over misunderstandings played a large part in this cosmic drama. In many ways, everyone involved in the conversation came to the table with old grievances and baggage in tow. While the first alignment stirred up topics in need of closer examination, this second transit helps us re-examine our biases and recognize where we are unfairly judging others, or ourselves. This aspect may be experienced largely on an internal level, as we reflect upon previous dialogues. In fact, we may not have much to add to the discussion today. The important thing is that we allow ourselves to sit with the discomfort. Only through acknowledging the disconnect can we return to the argument with a refined perspective. The final square will occur on January 27th, with Mercury in direct motion. After sunup, the Virgo moon trines Mercury, perpetuating the introspective nature of the day. This is an ideal influence to think up solutions to problems. We have a knack for strategy, but keep the social dynamics of our situation in mind. This is not an emotionless math problem to be solved. We must determine how to gain another's trust by expressing our feelings honestly. Though the Moon-Mercury trine is generally a transit for decision-making, retrograde Mercury inclines us to reflection. Listen to your intuition. You don't need to make any choices yet. Just remain open and receptive to messages from the universe, which may arrive in the words of a friend, a passing encounter, or in daydreams.